For whatever reason, the counter on my recorder is not going up. But according to Twitch, it's going just fine. And whatever. Community forum. Okay, server troll victims. Hello all, this is my first time posting on this board. I'm Heel Red, leader of the Medic Union. The last round of server trouble was truly amazing. I was inside the game, unable to log out. A true pickle. Currently, we of the Medic Union are investigating the situation on our own. We'd love any other server trouble victims to assist us. As soon as the results of our investigation are complete, we plan to send them to CC Corp to launch a full protest. If you'd like help, please whisper me at either Seisaku or Hideo. Thank you. Come on, there's no way anyone could get trapped inside a game. So please stop spraying your lies. What are you going to do if CC Corp ends up shutting down the world? How are you going to take responsibility if that happens? That said, let me now offer my personal opinion. I've always respected the Medic Union until now, but I'm extremely disappointed after reading this post. I can't believe your entire guild would be willing to accomplish in what amounts to an act of cyber terrorism. It's not too late. Please stop this while you can. You're right, is telling the truth. We really were trapped inside the world. Please believe us. When you say trapped, do you mean you weren't able to log out, right? I personally think you're severely exaggerating. Please stop making it such a big deal. No, I mean we really were inside the world. I distinctly remember trying to move my fingers and having my character move theirs the same way. There was no mistake. Now I'm afraid I can't believe it. I mean, there's just no way that could happen. It's one of those BCI things. That's my biggest concern too. To be honest, it's really a nuisance of how much of a stir this is causing. Oh, I saw it in the news. It's a new type of interface, right? It's true that these types of things would be entirely possible with a BCI system. Maybe CC Corp accidentally overwrote the current world program of experimental one used for BCI experiment. If you don't mind, I'd be glad to help. I'd whisper you later. CC Corp accidentally. I can't explain too well, but I can guarantee you I had nothing to do with a program like that. Gotta write this down. Heel Red, Sagittarius, Zephyr, Virgilus. Would you mind telling me your stories? I'll whisper you in town. Oh, log. That means I was from the previous game. Okay. Alright, good, good. How do I make a deck? I don't get it. Tell me how. Yeah, another bare bones post, huh? I'm assuming you don't understand what the official explanation meant. Alright, I'll try to explain as easily as I can. Decks are made of 4 cards. They break down like so. General card and 3 unit cards. This is the basic rule you must follow whenever you make a new deck. Other rules are, the total cost of the unit cards must be the same or equal to the general's total card's charisma. As long as the general's card charisma allows it, you can have as many of the same unit cards in the deck as you want. General card stats contain the following characteristics. High charisma will have low AP and HP. Low charisma will have high AP and HP. Using the information I mentioned in my last response, general card stats. I'll tell you now what kind of unit cards you use to construct different types of decks based on your general's characteristics. Prove your general's strong points. For example, your general has a lot of AP, put a unit card that will raise it even more. Make up for your general's weak points. For example, your general doesn't have much HP, use a unit card that will raise it. Make your general stronger all around. For example, if your general has a lot of AP but almost no HP. Jeez. I'm not used to talking for long periods of time. Use unit cards that will not only raise their HP but also make it so they can attack. A combination of 2 styles is above. Though I've written how to build a deck around your general, you can also try deck building around unit cards if you want to. When unit cards, be sure to think about how you want to best divide your general's charisma. Specialist style that bets everything that you have the best unit card junction, or you've added a unit card of high cost and the other 2 units to fill out remaining charisma. Balanced style aims for victory by dividing your charisma evenly for a well-balanced deck that lacks any outstanding feature. For example, when using your general of 8, you would use unit cards of 3/2/3/2 cost. Rare cards may look really strong or have an amazing junction ability, but putting one in your deck doesn't guarantee you victory. Be sure to double check your general's characteristics and your unit card characteristics and think about how to your general charisma will affect it effectively. Does that help? I don't get it. Did you try reading the manual? Try to figure these things out for yourself before asking other people. For that matter, let me say this. I know it makes me sound like a grumpy elder, but try to be a little more polite when asking others for favors. No one's gonna want to help with an attitude like that. No, I fully agree with what you're saying. Let's tell him anyway. Besides, it looks like he's still a child. I'll explain the next thing. Cards let you construct the deck, see cards you own, and hold practice battles. You can also use this to reveal the illustrations for all the cards you collect. Terms used. If you're wondering about the same words used here, I'll explain them in the thread. Crits versus back. Agents are a deck made in cards for battle arena once entered. Decks will automatically find opponents and fight them. There's no need for a player to control them. As you use the log command in the versus menu, you can see the log of your 20 most recent fights. Explains how to play Crimson Versus from the menus and other aspects. I recommend using this in first off when you become unsure. Log you out of Crimson Versus and bring it back to your desktop. Save your game with Data Manager or something. Don't forget to save your game before turning off your computer. Playing Crimson Versus, your status is shown on the bottom right. I'll explain each. Player name, registered deck, battle record, wins, losses. Displays your rank. As your rank goes up, the more you win, the more it goes down, the more you lose. Crimson Versus back. Oh. At long last, it's back. The rules and the terms may have changed a lot, but who cares? I'm just happy to play Crimson Versus again. Now I'll have to jump into this red-hot world all over again. The restage service is great. Still, they made a lot of changes before. They've even gone and changed some of the terms. Not to mention we can't use any of our old cards. All that money is spent on them. I'm sure that's all part of the first thought of how to draw on new players, but for players who are playing before, it's harsh. Since there seems to be a lot of confusion with new changes, I thought I'd try summing up the terms. Deck, number of decks, entering battle arena, let you card. You can hold 3 decks. Card command of the deck. Where the card battle is decided by the results between generals. Make a file of Crimson Versus. They exist in order to add junction abilities to general cards. The results have no effect on the winner. Charisma is held by general, primarily used for constructing. 3 units must be chosen from the cost. Maybe less or the same as general's charisma. Cost held by units. Each one using a deck have their total cost be the same or less as general. Also, costs used for attacking and defending during unit card battles. It's easy to understand if you just think of them as the attack power. Special abilities only held by units. Abilities do not activate at all during unit card battles. Instead, they activate when if they belong to their unit card battle before being junctioned. Trinity, elemental stat held by all cards. Trinities fall in the following: Assault, Snipe, Shield. Trinities act like rock, paper, scissors. Assault beats Shield, Shield beats Snipe, Snipe beats Assault. Rarity held by all cards displays the chances of acquiring that card. Rarity falls in the common types: common, rare, super rare, ultra rare. Common is one of the most common, ultra rare being least common. Thank you. Here's our summary. Lots of changes, blah blah blah. One second. First it was comas, now it's containment. Man, CZ Corp's never at a loss for news. Anyway, what kind of fantasy was it to be trapped in the world anyway? I can't believe it. They kind of tried that pass for news, honestly. Yeah, but looking at all the other incidents, aren't they all things that you could normally never happen? Maybe they're just putting on a big charade. You know, to have people find out about CC Corp and sell lots of games. At the expense of their reputation, personally, I think it's even less likely. Wouldn't it make a lot more sense to have them all be rumors spread by competing companies jealous of the world's success? When I heard about this latest incident, I thought it sounded fun. I wouldn't want to be fall into a coma, but I love the idea of being trapped in a game. You could dive into your favorite game world, hunt all the monsters you want, and aim to be the game's new protagonist. Although, personally, instead of a fantasy world, I'd want to visit a dark, grimy world where demons and stuff are always flying around. I know how you feel. Personally, I prefer the traditional fantasy world myself. I still can't believe this actually happened. I'm thinking it's like CC Corp said, it's just some kind of subliminal thing written into the game's programming. They said this in the news story too, but subliminal effects don't nearly contain hypnotic effects that many people believe. Scientists have been studying subliminal effects for years, but none of their experiments have proven anything except they exist. It's true that they are software programs that are being sold subliminal thoughts for health functions, but their actual effects are sketchy at best. I think it's better off considering the subliminal part of the story as some kind of lie CC Corp is feeding us to sell for time. Trapped inside the world. So their minds and bodies were sucked into the computers? I agree with Stella. This whole story sounds like some kind of cheap shot at the less successful competitor. I can somewhat accept the idea of having an online game put you into a coma, but actually being sucked into the game world itself sounds like something a kid would come up with. Gotta write this down. Looks like no one personally involved with the incident here. Yep. The Lost Ground, the world's greatest enemy. Some rumors say the legacy of the Twilight Epitaph. Others say that they're guides to the key of the Twilight. This land appears out of nowhere only to disappear again. Should we gather up all the rumors and information we know on this thread? Start things off with an example. Official name, Holgrant's Cathedral, that which hides the heavens. Area words, hidden, forbidden, hilly ground. Official setting, the holy cathedral which the humans imprison the gods. Aurora. Rumors. If you come here at 12 a.m. in real lifetime, you can hear a young girl crying. Those who hear her crying and fall into a coma 1 week later. If you target and search the mark at the altar, you'll be cursed and eventually your real life will be PK'd by Tri-Edge. That's the idea. What other rumors do you know? Official name, Archicol Waterfall, Land of Origin. Hidden forbidden radiation. Haven't been there yet. The place where a young cleric summoned the gods when the humans fought against the power of the shadow. Place a special item here and I'll open a path that will lead you to a temple behind the waterfall. Morgubero Wall, the final gate. Hidden forbidden bulwark. Giant gate that blocks the way to the heavens, protected by a god of Lod Folset. Bringing the key of the Twilight here will open the gate. Put the gods of the world on the other side of the gate, and he will grant the wishes of those who bring him the key. Isle of Kings, High Brazil, the Eternal Paradise. Here are your words? None. It's inside Makanu, but you can only go there for the party that celebrates the new Arena Emperor. Artificial island created by humans who fought and won against the gods. Contains chapel that was built on as a victory or memorial. Players who have become Arena Emperors can get a special Emperor-only skill from CC Corp here. It's not true. Bleeding Edge team. Oh, nice to meet you. Someone trying to raise their level in the world. That said, I remember being PK'd by these two when just starting out. Still, even when I've been PK'd, I was more impressed by how pretty the graphics were rather than being upset by getting killed. Is that strange? The image has burned itself into my brain as well, so I'll probably never go away. And today I'm working hard to suppress these two. I guess they kind of became my role models for me to somewhere along the line. I think I've become decently strong these days, so I'd like to try fighting them again. But to tell the truth, I have no idea what their names are. If anyone knows or seen them around, I'd be grateful for any information you could pass on. This drawing captures the beauty of the world spectacularly. I could almost lose it myself. These are two are para PKers that often go after beginning players. I believe the male Brandier is called Eoten, and the female Edge Punisher is called Asta. So your frustration is turned to admiration somewhere along the way. It's really nice. I really hope you find them someday. From the day I started the world up till yesterday, my partner who had stuck with me through thick and thin finally passed on. Of course, when I say partner, I mean my head mounted display. It was a Sonus Neuro Goggle HMD that was always being advertised as one of those if you're going to play on the world commercials. The fact that it was missing a few pixels on the side was all part of its charm. Now that I think about it, I realize it's been 7 years. Thanks, partner. The picture I posted here is my Harvest Cleric. That was the last thing my HMD ever showed me. It got burned to my display when it broke, and I hadn't been able to get the image out of my head since that's why I shared it with you. I'll go buy a new HMD tomorrow. It's been 7 years and it must have been pretty big. The new ones today are really tiny. After all, it's now perfectly natural to go around wearing it outside. Of course, what with that being creepy doll syndrome and stuff going around, it's better not to play online games too much. That would probably sound more convincing if I hadn't become level 43 myself. I need to level 12 myself. No fashion HMD, eh? Yeah, the new ones are much better, but I'd like to get a new tiny one myself. They're too expensive for me now. On a different note, that's a great drawing. It makes me want to ask you for art lessons. It's an awesome drawing. It's so good it makes me wonder if I'm even worried to be here. How on earth did you get so good at drawing? Please tell me. I also appreciate a lesson on color usage while you're at it. I guess doing it with a mouse just won't cut it anymore. How do you do? 7 years. Those old models are really heavy, aren't they? The new ones are great. I just wish I had the cash. It's so lucky that you were able to see the Harvest Cleric so clearly for your last scene. She's beautiful. Good luck for your new HMD. Whoa, they still sell HMDs somewhere? All I see in stores here are the M2Ds. Hi there, call me Tanza. 7 years, that's an amazing HMD you had. I started today myself. I just had a bit of an accident just getting set up though. Your art skills are amazing. Fantastic, I wish I could draw like that. Please consider being my new teacher. Finally, please hurry up and buy your new HMD and come back here soon. That's a cute Harvest Cleric. That's amazing that your HMD lasted for 7 years. I always get personally attached to things that have been with me for a long time too. Going to the nearby used goods store owner, they're no longer making HMDs at all. Any you find these days are all used ones bought off by customers or old inventory gotten rid of by stores. There's still 5 left in that used goods stores though. It's true that the M2Ds are what's in these days, but even with the reduced prices, there's still too much for most students. In my case, I had to beg my dad over and over before he agreed to buy me one for my birthday. These ways have been getting lighter since they started making plastic ones a few years ago, but for some reason they're still selling them at high prices. Truly a shame. Science needs to hurry up and get on the ball. These days, it's the supervisor styles that are popular. My younger sister has one. She had to save her allowance for months to be able to afford it. I'd like to get one too, but my parents say I have to make do with my computer was smaller. The Harvest Cleric is definitely cute. I'm more impressed by your drawing skills. MTDs are definitely expensive, but been working part-time to afford one. I finally picked one up. Man, scientific progress has been amazing lately. I don't know how we ever put up with monitors. There's still some HMDs at my local electronics store. The difference between it and the new MTDs are night and day. But it's lighter than my old partner and it has more endurance to boot. Much better battery power. She's a serious girl with no missing pixels. I totally thought they were. Besides, M2Ds look like they'd fall apart at the slightest mistake. Heck, I have a friend who broke his by falling asleep by having them slip off his face. Anyway, I'm off to continue my adventure with my brand new partner. Should have seen her. Hello, I'm Town, the steam gunner who never levels up because he always spends his time looking at the graphics. The other day I looked in the graphics of Mac and New like I always do, and suddenly this player character in an amazing costume comes bounding into my sight. She looked like a character that had taken everything great from the super sexy costumes from the past and put them all into her character design. So overcome with my son's shock and volume that I actually got a nosebleed. My controller now has bloodstains to show for it. When I tried to follow her to better study the graphics, I got spotted and chewed out, but it was worth it. You're too late. Pi has already been claimed by many times over. Me, Georges, Julius, Town. I just took a look at the other thread, so she's called Paya. And anyway, what's with the low ranking? Not to mention you put George's way up there like it was nothing. Oh yeah, thanks for the light, Blue Eyes. Sorry about that, Julius. There's far more skin than cloth. 3 cheers for R2. Her glasses. Fog up her glasses, then get rid of the fog and she'll turn on the wipers for her glasses. But they won't be fast enough, so she'll turn them to high and the white button will become a self-destruct button. It's easy to see who will win. I'll be sending you my information bill later. 50 million worth. I'm down from 25th. There's no need to get depressed. There's no ranking when it comes to feelings. This character is so cool for a female. It's like, she's so hot, but it's so cool that she hits my sweet spot and my strike zone perfectly. Recently I saw her in Macanu's Central District. I worked up all my courage to talk to her, but she shot me down with a cold keep it short. I wonder if she'd consider joining my guild Soul Companions. I wouldn't care how many other guilds she was in. Where are there Shin Spheres? Hello, I'm Ko. I'm new here. I've been playing the world for a while now, and I just realized something. All the Chim's assassins have been taking up till now. They only show up for revenge for their Chim friends. When I thought of that way, I couldn't find it in me to kick them anymore. Do any of you have something like that you never thought about to hit you one day? These guys only show up if you hang around for like 8 minutes or something. I'd actually purposely wait around for them. There's no point in actually killing them either, because you don't get anything for killing one of each of them. Ninjas! There's a Chim assassin version of King Chim. I bet it'd be pretty tough. It'd be like taking revenge for all the Chims. Madam Pi. Remember the final Demon Palace tournament that Team Haseo won? I'm sure everyone's eyes were on Haseo but mine. They were on none other than the beautiful woman in the opposing Team Kun. She may not have taken the title, but she did take away my heart. I can only pray that my love makes its way to her intact. Too late. I called dibs. Damn, I suppose trial and tribulations are unavoidable in true love, but I'm not giving up that easily. I also fell hard for Madam Pi. I won't give up either. You're too late. Me, Julius George. You big meanie, you only got where you are by mixing up with PKers. Come on, raise my ranking a bit. May have helped some, but I've never been helped by any of them. I'll switch your ranking with Julius. Oh really? Didn't a certain PKer save you from being beaten by a pole by PKers? You know, right before you gave him an item and begged him to keep it a secret. Yeah, I remember that. Me ridiculous must have been a fake. I don't mind being called such things myself, but some other guys would probably take it a lot harder. They say that when you look down on others, you also look down on yourself. Be careful what you say from now on. You're too late. I was here before any of you. Do your homework and go to sleep already. Okay, good night. Pi is great, but I also like Adelie. A while ago, I saw her lonely look on her face, just like this picture. Maybe I should have taken a chance to talk to her. I'd rather talk to you myself. You're really good. My ranking's surprisingly high. At least that's what I thought before you switched it. That's a fantastic picture of Adelie. After a nasty virus attack, my computer's been gone for good. Tried to repair it, but everything's been reformatted. It's very depressing. Of course, this goes without saying, but as a result, I can't use the world character anymore. So, since there's nothing to be done, I made a second character, a boxer named Kohaku. Please be nice, okay? Oh, and watch out for viruses yourself. Sorry to hear that about your computer, but since you were able to come back, at least we know you weren't taken out by that famous PKer. Just kidding. Tell you what, why don't we meet up in the arena to, now I look closely, she's a female character. It's not my usual policy to initiate fights against females, but for some reason I feel like I can fight you with no problem. Maybe because she doesn't look very feminine. She looks pretty strong, her speed could be quite a problem. Since you were able to come back, at least I know that you're... Well, I did feel like I was going to faint when my computer stopped responding. Fortunately, I was able to pull myself together. Oh, the arena. I was just thinking I wanted to try that. I'll get some friends together and challenge you, but I'll show you how manly I can be. She looks like a woman and acts like a man. Blue Eye Samurai. Just so you know, I'm quite confident in my speed. I'm especially good at repeatedly jumping from side to side. Wait, this doesn't sound right. Hello, this is my first post to Apocalypse. I just came back from the recent Moontree seminar. I was there as one of the staff, and I'm afraid I got nervous in front of so many people and made a lot of trouble for my fellow staff members. Thanks to Adelie from second unit, I was able to finish up the seminar. Adelie, thanks a ton for your help. Good work on the seminar. Wow, is that me? Thank you so much for your beautiful portrayal. Alright. Not at all, I should be thanking you. I was only able to do my best because you were doing the same. Truly appreciate it. Let's do our best in the next seminar, too. One must live strong to live at all. Soon you'll be offered a very expensive vase or something. Seminar? I couldn't handle being forced to do something like that in the game. That's scarier than PKers. One day I was invited to attend one of those by no less than 10 Moontree characters. I tried drawing Ova and Haseo from the guild I admire, the Twilight Brigade. These two are just too cool. I was shocked when I heard the guild had been disbanded, but lately I see Haseo around Makinu and a lot. I think I'm going to work out my courage to talk to him next time I see him. Colored pencils. I haven't seen analog coloring in such a long time. If you start PKing a lot, you'll probably meet Haseo whether you want to or not, don't you think? I remember how nervous I felt the first time I talked to someone I admired. Good luck, Rainbow Ruiko. You know, I saw the person on the right just the other day. I saw him in town. The Twilight Brigade. I remember them when I used to look up to them too. Ova and Shino, who both loved illustrations. They were so mysterious and cool. Hello, every time I see one of Biwa's pictures, I think that it's the same beautiful thing. The same thing, beautiful. Of course, Ova and Shino are beautiful too. Especially Shino. She's so hot. Oh man, my nose won't stop bleeding. Rainbow Ruiko. Part of me is moved and part of me is disturbed. I'm all scared thinking that Chin's gonna start stabbing things. I gotta look at that picture again just to see the chin. Biwa, your drawings are wonderful. Shino's smile feels like it's shooting straight into my heart. That's not that bad. I've seen worse. Hello, does anyone here have monsters that always give them a hard time? For me, it's the Holy Eaters. Not only are they really strong, they heal themselves. Struggle every day to find some way of beating them. If anyone here has any monsters they find difficult or better ways of defeating them, please let me know for future reference. Attack from behind. Play dead. Sorry. Poison them. Sorry again. Fight them head on. There's no other way. I guess my other choice is to get stronger. I guess it's time to start building up some EXP. Beast Hunter K, Blue Samurai, SR, thank you for your responses. Chim Chim. Today I read a manga my mother used to read a long time ago. It was quite an eye-opener. I think a Chim Chim with a human face would be very, very cute. What was the Lady Chim? You've really improved, Johnson. This isn't related to the main post, but your mother is quite... Never mind. You scare me. Wow, I just got a crazy image in my head of a Chim's face when they get that exclamation mark over their heads. I love Chims. Make sure to kick at least 100 of them every day. I like to kick Chims whenever I've had a bad day. Like when my wife is getting on my case again. Chim team, I get the feeling you really like Chims. I love the way they bend after you kick them. God, Chim Chim, it loves hearing the words of barbecue lunch. What do you all think? I like how you had to... I like how you had to have it that it sounds that like the sound of barbecue lunch instead of the actual lunch. Good stuff, keep it up. To Johnson, who loves Chim Chims, I hear they have sweets like this out now. Sadly, I don't know where you can get them. Looks good. The candy looks like a rock. It looks yummy. You must prefer snacks to meals. How did you know? Wonderful, it's a candy that'll have kids crying. What do we get on the movie player? Just like getting some of these. Oh no! I didn't look at all of them yet. Japanese extra. Yeah. What are these? Let's look at the title demo first, I guess.
今日奴が戻ってくる。あの悲劇の舞台にな。
奴が帰ってくる。
Is that just cutscenes from Volume 1?
あなたの PC には危険な力が秘められ
Yeah, it just seems to be like kind of like a summary from the previous games or something. Whatever. Got that stuff. Save real quick because I've been playing for a while. Oh, that's the only new one. It's been deleted by now. Everyone, please calm down. Even if what you're saying is true, no one will believe you a post like that. While it's true that there was a server problem, actually the server crashed. For a while, there's only lasted a few minutes. This is nowhere near the length of time you mentioned. This is a fact acknowledged by most players. If you wish to deny this, I can only say that you must remain calm down, relax, and please post what happened in as many details as possible. Kestrel and others made a big deal. It does seem likely. Is it just me, or does it seem suspiciously made up? Like another big joke that started on another forum. I'll write this down. Ingrid, Alice, Hiroki, Fatal, Jack, Fue. Would you mind telling me your stories? I'll whisper you in town. Sir Nuada, may I probably request you allow me to sit in on your chat? On another note, it's amazing how thoroughly this conversation has been deleted. Sure, it's fine. Maybe there's something shady going on in the background. So it's been a while, so what exactly was I doing again?
アトリが錬金地区の噴水のところで待っているんだ。
Some players. Oh, hey, Nuada. Back here. Heard this one. Oh, I've said. Oh, yeah. Rumor person. Gonna at least try to talk to these people so I don't have to later. Just in case I have a situation like what happened last time. Trying to track down very specific players that only appear in very specific areas. Because I think the big main quest gets started up again. Especially since there's new players that pop up. Hey, Blue. You took me so long to find. And Schrodinger. Man, those two took me freaking ever to find. I think they only appear here. They only appear in Mechanu, so yeah, it took me quite a while to actually track those two down. It's kind of annoying. I knew I was down there now. Okay, that must not be the fountain she was talking about. That's probably the one over in the Alchemy District. Oh, no quest yet. Yep. Try check out Crimson first.
アトリ。
ほら、私ちゃんと声が出せるようになったんですよ。
けど手の麻痺は。
それはそうですけど。それでも声が出せた分一歩前進です。ちゃんと 片手で操作できるコントローラーを買ったし。
いいのか、ザ・ワールドを続けて。お前怖くないのかよ。別にザ・ワールドは逃げやしねえよ。だからちょっとの間休んで。
怖いですよ。怖いですけど、私ザ・ワールドはやめません。だって感じるんです。これはきっとお医者さんには治せないって。ここでなきゃ、ここで私が頑張らなきゃ治らないって。
俺はアトリのために何ができる。アバターを手に入れたから、それがなんだ。何も変わってないじゃねえか。自分一人じゃアトリもシノも誰も救えないじゃねえか。
ここに来れば榊さんがいるっていうのもあるんですけどね。それに長谷尾さん、
具合悪いんだろう。ゲームやる暇あったら休んでろよ。
はい、それじゃあ。
バカか俺は。アトリにとってはここが安らぐ場所なんだ。ザ・ワールドが、あいつが、榊がいるここが。
How are you? Is everything alright now that you're back? I'm doing fine. It's as if I'd never left. Being trapped inside the world just feels like a bad dream now. You got an email from Adley, right? I got one too, which is why I'm writing you this one now. Actually, I'm at my part-time job. I have to be real careful not to get spotted by my boss, otherwise he'll cut my paycheck on the spot. It's not too easy though. Apparently she went to the hospital with her mother. Now they think that she might have Down syndrome. I hope that the results of her tests have some good news. She also said that Yada told her all about Ida and GU. But frankly, I don't think that there's any need to tell her now. What do you think? Seriously, what on earth could it be thinking? Even after we got back from the Ida cert. Sorry about that, my boss came by to check on us. I hit the send button on accident when I tried to hide my cell phone. Anyway, as I was saying, Adley's condition didn't heal completely after we got back from the Ida server. In that case, there can only be one thing to do. Get back at Adley's epitaph from the Ida. That's our only choice. I bet Yada's investigating its whereabouts now. I plan to ask him about it once I'm done with the job. You'll come along too, right? Let's meet up in front of Raven's home. Oh, and P.S. It seems like Adley needs to process all this new stuff. Not surprising seeing what's happened and all. Be nice to her when you see her, okay?
クーンには随分詳しくメールしたみたいだな。俺やっぱり榊とのことで距離を置かれてるのかな。とりあえずレイブンのアットホームに行くか。
Alright, automatic card game, create a deck for the battle arena, battles connected automatically. You receive the following cards. These cards are already in your deck. And a booster pack. Crediting your new cards in your deck. Okay. If you want to edit, you can have a total of 3 decks. Choose any one of these 3 cards from now. It's giving me already set decks. So set what cards you want in your deck. Cards are generals and units. So has a charisma stat, which is pronounced to the match of the cards. Always consider cards' abilities and charisma class. Oh god. So much stuff, and I just got ball mode too. Point damage to enemy general at the beginning of your turn. Oh man, I'd have to look at all these things. I don't even know which ones are good right now. I actually never even bothered. No, I'm cool. Can I just leave? Let's go this one, I guess. I'll figure out all that shit later when I have more time. Some stuff right now.